Mekuna's Lightning Spear Sorcerer build, aka Shockuna, is one of, if not the strongest S-tier build you can play in Diablo 4 Season 8. It's insanely powerful, it clears all types of content easily, and will simply make you feel like a god. So if you're interested in playing the Sorc and haven't given this a go yet, you're seriously missing out. So this build requires you to have at least 2 uber uniques, Harlequin's Crest and Starless Skies, both of which can be obtained from Duriel. You can also craft one with sparks, and in this case you'd opt for Harlequins first. It also helps if you have seed bindings as well, but you can start without them. The Harlequin unique is needed for its massive cooldown reduction, +4 to all skills, and of course damage reduction too. You'll definitely want the cooldown reduction G-Aid on the helmet if possible, as we want as much CDR to have unstable currents up at all times. Ring of Starless Skies is what we'll be using to solve our resource problems. The passive Primordial Binding also helps with our resource generation, and the unique seed bindings we mentioned earlier will also massively help in this area too, as it gives ranks to Primordial Binding, and G-Aid is an insane boost. If you're yet to have these uber uniques, there is a starter variant of the build you can find as well in the description that only requires you to have the unique Fractured Winterglass, but it's significantly easier to loot from Lord Zir. This build also requires the aspect of Splintering Energy, increasing the AoE potential of Lightning Spear as well as allowing Lightning Spear to scale with critical strike damage bonus. When combined with Roaring Lightning Spear for that 160 times damage increase, this build's damage starts to get a little bit out of control. Moving on to the rotation, and this is pretty straightforward in practice, but it helps to know how snapshotting works so you're always doing the maximum amount of damage possible. Snapshotting happens when your character fires a projectile. All of your character's current damage values are applied to the projectile once fired, and do not change if your character's values change. So what we do is cast 4 Ball Lightnings to generate 8 Crackling Energies. This is done through Ball Lightning's passive, Wizard's Ball Lightning, which generates 2 Crackling Energy on cast. When we pick these up, they charge our Lightning Spear's passive, and Roaring Lightning Spear gives us a 160 times damage increase on all of our future casts of Lightning Spears. This is a commonly missed mechanic to the build, and not utilizing it can definitely impact your damage. So when using this, you firstly want to make sure you keep unstable currents up as much as possible. After that, the general rotation is fairly simple. You want to consistently spam Ball Lightning, Lightning Spear when possible, and Ice Blades. You also want to throw a Fireball into your rotation occasionally too to keep your Tile Rusher at max stacks. Your Ice Armor should remain up as well as much as possible to negate incoming damage, and you'll use Teleport and Evade with the Teleport enchant to quickly move around. An important thing to note here is that in order to spam your Teleport, you want your boots to have the implicit Attacks Reduce Evades cooldown, so you'll essentially have no cooldown Evade and Teleport. So overall, this build is incredibly powerful. It's super versatile and stupidly mobile, and is currently the best pit pushing build in the game, not only for Sorcerer, but in Diablo 4 in general. Its downsides that it's not the easiest build to get functioning, as you probably would have gathered by the details we've included in this video, as it requires those uber uniques, and even the starter variant requires a certain unique to get going, but luckily that one's easy to obtain. That being said, it does scale better than most other builds. This build can also lack in single target damage at high tier pits, but this shouldn't be too much of an issue anywhere else. If you want to see this build in more detail, then click the link below and check out Mekuna's full written guide along with his video too. Speaking of videos, make sure you check out more of Mekuna's Diablo 4 content over on his socials, which we've also linked in the description. Have fun with this build guys, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.